Today, we're going to take a look at a cordless drill. Now, the first thing that I want to note is that you have a forward, a reverse, and then a lock setting where this locks the trigger. Next up is choosing your bit. Now, depending on the material that you're using, you can either get a wood bit, a metal bit, a masonry bit, or even driver bits if you're going to be driving screws. Now, once you have your bit, you want to tighten it in. First thing first is you want to make sure it's centered. So I kind of hold it like this. I actually use the forward to tighten the chuck, but once it's tight, make sure that you lock it down and you should hear it click. Once your bit's in and it's centered and it's good to go, a great way to check is by pulling the trigger and making sure that the tip doesn't wobble, and that'll tell you that it is centered. Then you're going to want to choose what setting you want to put your drill into. So in this case, there's a drill setting, a driver setting, and a hammer setting. The drill setting doesn't use the clutch at all. The driver setting uses the clutch, and we'll talk about setting that later. And then the hammer setting, this is mainly used for your masonry, whether it be for concrete or brick. If you're going to be drilling into concrete, I would just go rent a hammer drill. But if I was going to be driving in a screw, I'm going to put it into the driver setting and then set the clutch. Now, this is the clutch. You set the number based off how much torque you want applied to that screw. And this is great for if you're going to be putting a lot of screws into a deck, for example, and you want them to be just below the surface of the wood. You can find that clutch setting and then just go ahead and tighten that screw until your clutch disengages. It'll make a clicking sound, and that's when you know that it's good. Now, in our case, we're going to be using the drill, so it's based off of speed and pressure. Now, you have a speed setting at the top between 1 and 2, 2 being your faster speed. But when you're drilling something, you don't necessarily want just the fastest speed. Because if you're using a drill press in a shop, you actually change the pulleys up top to change the speed based off of the size of your drill bit. So the larger the drill bit, the slower you want to go with more pressure, and the smaller the drill bit, the faster you want to go. And personally, when I'm using the drill, I start off very slow to make sure that my drill bit's going to bite, and then I slowly speed up while applying more and more pressure until I reach a point that I'm getting good chunks of material out at a decent pressure with a good speed. Because if you go too fast, you're just going to wear out your bits, and if you're drilling something like stainless steel, you could actually heat it up enough that it hardens on you, and then good luck trying to drill through that. But thank you very much for watching. I hope that you learned something new, and I hope to see you in the next video.